Hello ladies and gentlemen, Keaton here and welcome to Nuclear Throne update number 87. For those of you who do not know, this is the one time a week where we here at Tengu Drop take a look at the latest Nuclear Throne update, grab that changelog, put it into video format for your viewing pleasure, and show you as much as possible. With that said, before we head into update number 87, let's quickly recap what happened in update number 86. Update number 86 introduced an early version of hard mode to the game, a new weapon called the Super Bazooka, and an intro slide for the Hyper Crystal. The update changed the way characters were unlocked, it balanced a few mutations and weapons, and also fixed a few bugs and crashes. Now that we're all caught up, let's check out update number 87. Update number 87 has added a short tutorial to the game covering the basics of Nuclear Throne. When players first boot up the game, before they can decide on what type of run they want to do, they must first go through a tutorial covering walking, shooting, and switching weapons. No other details regarding the tutorial were provided. The update also introduces a brand new enemy unit to the game, the IDPD vehicle. When looping, players will need to be even more careful as IDPD will no longer spawn through portals, but instead giant vehicles. And yes, those vehicles can run players over, and are very dangerous. And as is tradition with Vlambeer, these vehicles are more than merely a new loop exclusive hazard. They are the key to reaching a new secret level, the IDPD HQ. Players who manage to reach the secret pristine location can expect to fight through 2 levels of IDPD, Elite IDPD, and Bandits, with the 3rd level featuring a brand new boss. When entering the fight, the boss, known only as the Captain as shown through their intro, will not immediately attack the player. Much like the throne, the Captain must be attacked before the fight can truly begin. And when it begins, it begins. The Captain is able to charge, teleport, and fire a large amount of projectiles at once. And that's only what we could see in the 3 seconds we managed to stay alive. It's no question that players will need to be armed to the teeth in order to take down the Captain. Not to be left out, the Lab's loot boss has received its own intro this week as well. And speaking of loot bosses, along with the new IDPD HQ related music, the Lab's loot boss and Crystal Cave's loot boss have received their very own fight music. Here's a brief example of each track. And finally, unlock pop-ups have been added. If a player manages to unlock a character during a run, when the player dies, a notification pop-up will display any and all unlocks for the run before displaying the game over screen. That's it for new content this week, so let's check out the fixes and changes. Crowns have been locked and will now require players to loop with a crown with their desired character in order to use it from the start. Speaking of crowns, crown statues no longer take damage from enemies. Yay! The Crystal Cave's loot boss HP has been decreased, the throne now fires less projectiles, and the difficulty scaling has been increased for both the Crystal Cave's loot boss and the throne. The Bouncer Shotgun's rate of fire has been increased, and it now spawns earlier. Fixes this week include restoring Young Venus's ultra reload times, crashes, and character unlock orders. Now let's check in with what the community's been up to. It seems Steam user Solid has been posting challenges recently, however they've been after we've already produced our videos. So we highly encourage you to check out the Steam forums for yourself to keep an eye out for Solid's latest challenges, take on other Nuclear Throne fan challenges, and even leave your feedback on the crazy new additions to the game, like the IDPD vehicles. Then head over to the Nuclear Throne wiki to learn what the tutorial didn't teach you this week. And that'll do it for update number 87. The tutorial is nice, but having to spend extra time doing it every week before I can play may start to get a little annoying. Fingers crossed for a skip option next week. The IDPD vehicle is crazy and a little unfair given there's little time to actually react, especially surrounded by chaos. It's a fun idea though, and the less said about the IDPD captain kicking people's butts, the better. And finally, before anyone asks, we will not be covering content discovered through data mining. The game is in early access, meaning it's possible for assets to be added before they're actually fully implemented into the game. And as we mention every week, we're focused on translating the changelog into video content. We've deviated from that before to cover secrets, this week included, but they've always been secrets Vlambeer themselves have alluded to. If the content is not accessible legitimately, we will likely not cover it until Vlambeer makes it clear that the content is ready. We hope that makes sense and that you understand. Anyway, if you haven't already purchased Nuclear Throne and you want to learn more about it, be sure to check out nuclearthrone.com. You can also subscribe to Vlambeer's Twitch channel where they live stream the development of this game every Tuesday and Thursday. Subscribing gives you access to Nuclear Throne emoticons to use on twitch.tv as well as a Steam copy of the game. And of course, we here at Tengu Drop do our best to cover the latest Nuclear Throne update every weekend, and we also do a playthrough every Thursday called Nuclear Throne Roulette. So be sure to check back often or just subscribe to the channel. As always, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the latest additions and changes made to the game. How do you feel about the IDPD HQ? How do you feel about the IDPD vehicle in general? How do you feel about having to do a tutorial before you can play every week? Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, hope it was informative, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!